Good morning. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Gotta grab my phone. Alright, let's see who's gonna pop in here. Get me a little bit of coffee. Alright, good morning everyone. This is Joe from South Florida. It is Monday the 21st of June 2021. I don't know if anybody's going to be in, but I am just going to do a really quick update here for you guys so that you guys can see what's going on. I have all the volumes up. Everything has been readjusted. Oh, that was mine. TikTok. Alright, anyways guys, good morning. See what comes in. This is Monday, like I said, 21st of June 2021. I am working on the AMT Kenworth Challenge Transit Mixer. Off screen, I went ahead and hooked up all the air lines for the air intake. Looks like I might have missed that button right there a little bit, but I gotta fix that. Anyways, and I also have the hood on. Also did the pins in the hood. I have to, I don't know if you guys can't see it, but I have to touch up all that in there. Also have the air cleaners on and all the pipes hooked up to the turbine. I also went ahead and redid the fenders so that the fenders stayed on a little better. They were giving me a bit of a problem. And I am going to try to shut stuff off here. Hang tight. There we go. Alright, cool. Alright, so anyways, we're working on the AMT Kenworth Challenge Transit Mixer. It is a 125 scale kit. The bit of a problem that I had with the front end, just as what I'm sure everybody has, is that once you get everything lined up, sometimes stuff doesn't fit exactly right. I'm going to have to raise the corner of this a little bit to get it to sit down right, but otherwise, she sits down perfectly fine. It looks beautiful. Again, I got the pins in. I had them in backwards like a dum-dum. So good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be doing some decals, so let me go get some water. I'm going to go ahead and try to put the decals on the truck and get it done and be done with it. Then I have to do I still have to do all of the chutes and everything for the back of the unit, but as you see, I've got this spinning. I've got the chain on loosely to where it doesn't hold anything in place. I want to go get some water here real quick, guys, and I'll be right back. Alright, while the water's going, let's see, here we go. I'm here. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. I did a little bit of changing around on our sideboard here. I have the upcoming, I'm going to go ahead and blow them up for you guys. So I have the upcoming builds so everybody can see them. These 4 builds are upcoming. Unboxings are going to be done. This is what I got for Father's Day from my loving wife. We have the Atlantis fuel tanker. We have a AMT 60 Chevy pickup truck with a little go-kart. We have the AMT vintage police car, and we also have the Lightning F-150 that we have to build and do unboxings for. So guys, come back in and check us out. Like, subscribe, follow so that you guys can see us. I will be dropping this out to Facebook. I will be dropping this out to YouTube as well. I'm trying to work on my studio mode here so I can figure out exactly who does what and why and where. So we're going to be doing that. I see there are 2 people watching. I don't know who they are. I'm in. And everybody should be able to see me. Yep, okay, live chat is on. Alright, live chat's on. Say hi. Alright, cool. Anyways, I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me. Everything's turned up. I turned all my volumes up. I'm hoping that this changed because I had the volume controls all the way down. Yeah, let's change that to gaming. Alright, here we go. Yeah, that should be much better for you guys to be able to hear me, okay? Alright, I'm in. Again, we're just going to get some more hot water running in the background. I'm going to have to adjust a little bit. When I put the hood on, it seems to be just a little bit off, as you can see on this one side here. So I'm just going to kind of like raise this one side up, and it should level everything out. But it does look really amazing. It came out a lot better than I thought it would. The tires are perfectly fine, as you can see. They're even sticking out the front end on either side of the wheel wells. So they came out really, really nice. This is a really nice kit. It's a great build. I haven't had a whole lot of cleanup to do on it. So I'll be right back once I get my water and we're going to do some decals. Alright, I'm back. Alright, so we're just going to stick my water over here where my coffee is and get the coffee out of the way. Now I use warm water. I don't know if everybody uses warm water or cold water or what, but I use warm water to do my decals. So that's things that I need that I usually use. I have a little poker here that I use. I have my clean brush that I use, and I have my water brush that I use here, which is going to be, as soon as I find it, there's my clean brush too, and this is where the money, oh, there it is. This is the one I use for my water. Okay, so put water where I want it. So for now, we're going to go ahead and do I'm going to do the side that I'm working on, because you guys aren't going to be able to see it until I'm done. So let me go ahead and get some decals cut out. So I got my trusty little scissors. They were right here. What did I do with them? There they are. Okay, get my little scissors out here. So we are going to go with this one first, because this is this side. So we're going to go with this side first. Yeah. So we're going to do the side first. We've already got the this long one. I think it goes around the back of the cab. What does that say? Left side, right side. I think that's where that goes, the cab. I do know that one's on the door, and that one's on the door, and that one's on the front end. So I'm just assuming that this goes around the back of the cab. So, oh, let's not get the decal. There we go. Okay, so we cut these out. These are going to go on. These go on the other side. These go on the other side in the back, so I'm just going to set them off to the side away from the water. I'm not going to use the instructions because I basically looked at the box already this morning to see what's going on. I'm probably not going to do a full hour chat today, as my son got his driver's license on Friday of last week, and I am planning on taking him to Walmart. I want to get him a new battery for his car, and we want to check out his car and check his oil and do all those things. He wants to do DoorDash, so he can have something, a little bit of money on in his hands. So I told him that we could make sure his car gets ready to go. We can do that. All right, so that's there. I'm pretty sure. I'm not exactly sure where these go. Not positive, but I'll figure it out. So we're going to go ahead and do these two. We're going to do the door. We're going to do the passenger door first and the passenger hood first. So I'm going to drop them in. I use the warm water, like I said. So good morning, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and type in good morning to everybody. Alright, Facebook, I'm in. Alright, so good morning, everyone. So I can see the chats are coming up. It may take a couple of seconds delay between me and you, but they are coming up. So as I said, once I put the hood in and got it into place, I realized that it was down. Oh, there we go. It came right up where it was supposed to be. I got everything else done. Like I said, I got the air cleaners done. I've got the hood stuck into place where it needs to be. It seems to line up perfectly fine with the front end. I'm just going to do a few decals today and do a quick. I haven't done a live show in a few days, so about a week. So I figured I'd give everybody a say, hey, good morning, everybody. I'm sure I'll have people that pop in. It's a little early for my show. I know probably people are still sleeping, but like I said, I have things to do today, so I wanted to pop in a little bit early. I didn't want to miss out giving you guys another show, so I figured I'd do it about an hour early. Anybody that misses it's all cool. This will all be on Facebook, and it will also be on my YouTube. Also, go check out my TikTok channel, which is Plastic Addictions. Go check out the TikTok channel that I have. Also, go check us out at Facebook. As you guys know, it's Facebook is Plastic Addictions Anonymous and the Model Asylum. Also, go check us out on YouTube, which is Plastic Addictions Anonymous on YouTube. I will be dumping this video on there soon. I'm also doing unboxings of these other ones, which I will not be doing live here on Facebook, but I will be doing live on my YouTube channel. So you guys got to come to the YouTube channel if you guys want to see the unboxings of the 4 new kits that we're going to be doing, which are going to be started this week. I'm going to start doing the unboxings of them this week. We're going to start out this week. For those of you who don't know, we're going to start out this week on the AMT Lightning F-150, 1994 F-150. It's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and paint. I'm going to paint it black. It'll be the only black pickup truck that I have. So I figured I'd let everybody know that. Okay, decals. The easiest way that I've noticed for me to do decals is to get my wet brush. Okay, this is considered I consider this my, these are all my, I don't use these for any painting, these 3 brushes. This is my dusting brush here. This is my smoothing brush. This is my smoothing brush. This is my dusting brush. And this is my water application brush. So if I need water, I just dip it into here, which I do every time I do a decal. I put water on it. and then I put water where it's gonna go so that it slides easier. Sometimes it gives me a little bit of a problem because it holds air up underneath it, but I just poke a little tiny hole in it with a stick pin in it, and it usually goes away. Alright, so we got our first set of decals set. We are just going to go ahead and place the front ones. This is going to be the front one. It's got the hoop where the air cleaner goes around it. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. It's got the little angle where the air cleaner goes around. So I would just stick it on there, and then move it back to that angle, and then you should be perfectly set where it goes. So you set this to the side. I'm going to go ahead and put this side door one on as well. I'm going to do the decals before I do any of the chrome, because a lot of the chrome, like the exhaust and the door handles and stuff, some of that may go over the decals. So I need to make sure the decals are in first and set into place so I know that they're right. So okay, I got them sitting on the side of the cup. I'm just going to take my little pin here that I have, and I'm going to, right at the black edge, right at the corner, I'm just going to bring it up until it perfectly matches the swoop in the hood. Which the easiest way would probably be just lift your hood up and take your rounding part and just kind of slowly but surely round it in here, because you want it right about perfect. You don't want to have to worry about anything that's not straight. As I can see here, it's not really exactly where it's supposed to go, because I can still see a little orange behind it. I do want to see a tiny bit of orange, but I want it even. So if there is orange, it's at least even, because these decals aren't cut perfectly. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if I had a camera, I'd show you guys, but I'll show you guys in the next video what the side of it looks like. All right, so I'm also doing this one here. I guess I didn't get enough water on it because it's not sliding, so I got to put some more water on it. So I would lift up the back of the decal with the brush and kind of just drop the water along the top edge so that it falls down underneath. Watch out for decal, what I call decal fold, which is a very big problem with decals, especially the water slides. The water gets on top, front and back, and then all of a sudden the decal folds in half, and you got to fight it to get it loose. Okay, so now I got that all loose and straight. So now I'm just going to take the decal, and I'm just going to kind of move it forward if it lets me. And it's not letting me for some reason, so I must not have enough water up front. So I'm going to put my sticky underneath it, and I'm going to go ahead and manually pull it forward to where I want it. It's got to come down because there's a little square on it that shows that goes right over the block there. So let's put that back down. Now I should be able to just hold this decal into place and fold it right past the rest of the bracket. Okay, so this bracket you're gonna have to either one of two things. You're gonna have to wait to put the air cleaners on, or you're gonna have to cut the decal around the bracket for the air cleaner. Anybody in yet? No. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let that set up. What I'll do is I'll let that dry up for a while. Once I know that I got it right where I want it on the back side of the bracket. So I'm not really worried about that because it'll still look amazingly straight. And we are down a little bit on this, down a little bit on this one. I know whoopses are never fun. So we're going to readjust that to where it goes, make sure that it's up straight, so it's right on the line. I'm going to lift this up to make sure that I got plenty of orange around it, just a little bit. I want to make sure it's an even amount of orange all the way around. It does look like that it will be pretty dang close to perfect. There we go. Okay, so that's exactly where I want it. So now I'm going to make it straightened out. And I'm going to close the hood, bring the hood back the way it's supposed to be, and make sure that my lines on both are straight, which they are not. So I can bring the front of the decal down just a bit, and that should line everything right back up perfectly. Now you can use the hood lines on this hood that's got a line on the side of the hood. You can use the hood line as your balance, as your even and your, there we go, squareness. Alright, so now I got to pull this decal back a little bit because I see that it slipped forward a little bit when I was messing with it. Because it's not right around the window where it's supposed to be now. Now it is. Okay. Alright, so like I said, now I just let that dry for a while. I don't want to see any orange around the window, so I'm going to bring it down all the way down to the top of the window, right across the top of that piece of plastic. Morning, Rob. Come on in. Don't know if you can see me or not. I think Rob got a warning that I'm on, so he'll be in a minute. Alright, so basically the decal on this side is done. I'm just kind of doing adjustments here. Zeus, baby, you can't lick me while I'm doing this, sweetie. You make me jump, sweetie. Alright, my Zeus is still trying to get kisses from me this morning. I've given him plenty. He's been kind of freaked out. He's one of those big dogs that don't like fireworks. Hey, buddy. You guys probably can't see him. He's on the opposite side today. Okay, back up. Back up, baby. Back up. Back up, Zeus. Back up, Zeus. You can't lick my arm while I'm doing this. Back up, Zeus. You can't lick my arm while I'm doing this, buddy. Alright, so far away, the decals look like they're off a bit, so I'm going to lower the lower or raise the front? I don't know which. Hang on. Okay, so this is right where it's supposed to be, because it lined up perfectly with the opening. There we go. Okay, so now I got it. Now once I push this down, the line should be fairly straight. I'm going to put it up just a hair on the door. Just a hair. Oh, there we go. Just a hair. Just, I don't want to break it or crack it. So okay, so that's good. Now I would take my water brush, just for the heck of it, and I'm going to put some water on top of it, on both of them, and make sure they're plenty wet. See, there's that fold I was talking about. But that's okay, because that's the piece that I'm going to be cutting off. So I want to get it back on there. I'm using the air cleaner to hold the end of the decal so that I can make the corner straight right to it. So there. Okay, so now we got that. So now when that dries up, it'll be easy for me to break it off. Not break it off, cut it off, should I say. Okay, so I'm going to go to the box here for reference, because I know there's a decal on the fender here. And I do see that they do have the transit run on this, and they also have the Kenworth logo on the front. They have the Kenworth logo on the front, and they have the transit mixer logo on the side. So I'm going to go ahead and do those as well as the challenge decal on the side here. I did the black like they did, and I left these two white. I still got to do the red and the chrome around it, but I left these two lines white right here, right up underneath the fender. And I'm going to put the red in there, and then I did I'm going to do a white stripe around the thing, but I got them black already. I'll show you that another time. All right, so we know now where the next decals are going to go, so we're going to take one of these. We know we need one of these, so I'm going to cut one of these off, because one of these goes to that one's on the door, so we got that one on the door, and we need to do the Kenworth. It looks like it goes just the way, oh, yep, then we got the one that goes around the whole back of the cab, just like I said. So that's, if you look here, there's one that goes all the way around the back of the cab, which is going to be that long one right there. That long one right there is the one I'm going to have to put around the cab. So, anyway, we're here. Alright, so move it up forward a little bit. So we know we got that one done. The Kenworth one is a piece of chrome that goes up. It's a chrome emblem that goes here. So I'm going to wait to do that as well, of course. So I also want to make sure everything's still nice and straight. Everything's still nice and straight as far as it looks to me. Do we have that right at the window? Yep, we have that right at the window, so the window is perfectly squared into that. This is perfectly squared into this. Correct? So when I lift it, it stays. When I lift it, it stays right where it's supposed to be. Yep, okay, so that's good. Okay, so that side's done. Alright, so I'm going to turn this puppy around and let you guys see the back end after I put this one word here, which is somewhere right here. That looks like those go on the bumper. So where is this one just says challenge on it. I don't see those. Am I missing something? I don't see just the word challenge anywhere on here. In white. Oh wait, here we go. I'm a dum-dum. Alright, so I have 3 of them actually. So I'm going to cut one of these out for this side. And I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 of them out because I got to do one on the other side too. So we're going to cut 2 out and leave 1 on. There's actually ones that go up and down as well, vertical as well as the horizontal ones. So I'm going to cut 2 of these out. One's going to go on this side, one's going to go on the other side. We're going to do the big decals today, and I'll figure out what to do from there. So let me finish this one side, and I'll flip it around. You guys will be able to look at it where we got it. I'm going to go ahead and put both of these in, and I'm going to go ahead and cut these off of here for the next side in the back. And we're going to get the big stripes done first. The American flags and the other transit mixer decals, as well as the AMT decals, which I always put at least one AMT decal on an AMT kit. If it's got a monogram one, I do that. If not, I mark the bottom of my kits what it is and the year I built it sometimes, as well as the model number for the unit. You know, AMT 222555, whatever it is, whatever it would be come out to. And this one happens to be model number. Hang on, I'll find it. Oh, by the way, there's 350 parts in there, and 100 of them are chrome. There's 8 cubic yard pacemaker challenge mixer unit. The number of this kit is 1215/06. That's the number on this kit. It's right there. It's right there. Okay, so this is 1215/06 is their number here for the kit. It's probably right here on the instructions as well. Yep, 1215. I'm wrong, guys. Don't go with that. It is A1215-200. Yeah, A1215-200 is the kit for the AMT transit mixer. A1215-200. Just so you know, A is for AMT, I'm guessing. Alright, so this one would go around the back, but I want to put the other one on so I make sure I got them all leveled out first and everything's on there first. I see we have a few viewers, a couple of viewers. I don't know who they are, but I do see a couple of viewers. Let me switch over from my studio mode into my regular mode. Okay, here we go. Like I said, on the side of your screen over here, guys, you guys are going to be able to see the next coming up kits that we're going to do unboxings of and build videos on. These are the next 4. As well as the other 2 that I have, which is going to be these 2. We're also going to do builds on these 2 kits. Excuse me. It will be the Mpc Mailbox Chopper, which I'm going to do in US mail format, and we have the Domingo sent me the vintage aircraft from Airfix RAERES or RE8. I'm sorry, it's got a 1918 version and it's a 172 kit. So we'll be building those as well. I'm really interested in checking this one out. This one is molded in green. I didn't know that when I bought the kit, but it is pretty cool. I'm just gonna pull it out real quick. I've already opened the bag and a couple of them, but I haven't really done anything with them. But just so you guys can see, the kit is molded in green. So come back and check us out for an unboxing of this one, guys. This is gonna be a pretty cool build. I'm really interested in this build. I know my buddy Paul had one. He said it was a pretty cool, fun build. Also comes with 2 figures and stuff. I guess I get to test my hand at doing facial features or facial markings and coloring and stuff. So I don't know if anybody's in as of yet. No one has said hello yet, but I am in. It is showing. So okay. So now we got that one in. So let's go ahead. I don't know if you guys can see the water here. Let me put it up here where you guys might be able to see it better. Okay. So I got warm water. I have the challenge decals in it. Right here. So I'm just going to take one of them off and leave the other one right there on the side, and I'm going to take it up with the edge because it's wet. It'll stick right to it easily. Well, usually it sticks right to it easily anyway, so make it a little more wet. There we go. Alright, so now once I got it halfway on there, it should grab. Yep, there we go. Okay, so I got to make sure where the words are. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to take my little wet brush. What I do with it. Alright guys, point out my wet brush. What I do with it. There it is. Okay. Is that my wet brush? Nope, that's not my wet brush. What did I do with my wet brush, guys? Okay, well, I got another one. That's why I got 2 of them for. Anyway, alright, can do a little. This one's going to go on the fender weld right here, right in between the 2 tires. That's where they show they have it, so I'm going to do the same thing. It just says the word challenge on it. I need my little light because I am blind as a bat. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. I kind of scratched my fender over here, so I got to do some touch-ups on it, which really stinks. But that decal fit perfectly right on the ledge of the fender, so I just got to make sure it's evened out. And like I said, I'm doing decals today as I'm shaking an awful bit today, so I don't really want to, how should I say, I don't really want to start putting stuff together because this thing has came out so beautiful and so nice. I don't want to do any damage to it. I got the visor in as well. I got to do all the lights. I've got to do all the horns. I've still got to do the windshield wipers, the stacks. I've still got the front and rear bumpers to do. I've still got the heat shield to put on the fuel tank over here. I've still got all the lines to hook up for the mixer tank. So I got a long way to go, guys. So you guys should just, there's going to be a while before this one's going to be done and we get started. So I'm hoping to be finished by next week or by the weekend to start. I may put this to the side once I get a few decals on it. I figure this is good. Let it sit for a couple of days and do an open box and start on something else on. I'd like to get that F-150 painted. I'm going to do it in the black, gloss black. So I would like to get it painted. Yeah, they're sticking out pretty good. About even. All right, cool. All right, so like I said, I got the hood in. I got to touch all this up in here, but I'm not worried about that. I'm going to blacken that out so nobody will be able to see anything. I got the airlines hooked up in here. As you can see, I got the airline cross member over to here and over to the turbo. This is where the turbo came loose, is why the cab is sitting a little bit funny. So I got to get the turbo back into place, which is kind of like right there. So that's the only thing I got to do, is make sure that goes right back into place. I may have to pop that off and drill the hole out a little bit, make it a little closer, but that's okay. Everything hooked up perfectly good. Everything ran right the way it was supposed to. Nothing fell off overnight. Nothing moved overnight, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so spin it around and get you guys to look at this side with the decals while I'm doing the other side. Do I want to do the front? No, I want to do the back line after I get the 2 sides on. And again, I'm following the lines on the side of the truck so that hopefully they're all even when I get to the other side. And the back piece, I can just put it around. Okay, so as to not hurt anything, there we go. Okay, guys, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Alright, so there we go. I got the decals. Oops, that was just a loose pipe that I had sitting on there. I got the decals on this side. As you see here, it came right up around the air cleaner. And as you see here, it came right above the door, right above the little window, the little spotter window. Also, I did the decal on the fender. Oops, sorry, on the fender back here. Okay, that's all I've done on that side so far. Same thing I'm going to do on this side. Oh, I'll show you when I come back around. Okay, so this same thing here, I'm going to do a little backwards here because I've already got the decal ready for the fender, so I'm going to go ahead and do the fender. And then I'll come over and do these other two. Like I said, it's not going to be a short one today. I got a couple of things I want to do. At 10 o'clock, I have to go take my son to get his battery for his car. Like I said, he got his license on Friday, so he's ready to start getting his car together. It runs perfectly fine, just needs a battery from setting. We knew that when he got it here, that it was going to need a battery, so we're going to go ahead and go there and get a battery. I got to make sure that says challenge on the right way, and kind of put it to the same thing. I'll show you what I use for cleanup in a minute. I'm just going to make sure it's centered between the two wheels, and that's pretty centered right there, man. Maybe off just a here or there. Alright, so now, okay, so there. Let me let Rob know I'm live. I don't know if you can see that, saw that or not. Alright, guys, I'm going to just text somebody real quick. I'll be right back in. Rob, on and I'm on. Alright, I'm on. He'll probably pop in a couple of minutes. Alright. I see I only have 2 viewers at the moment, so that's okay, because people usually pop in here and there a little bit at a time. Alright, so I still have some transit mixer ones here. I'm going to go ahead and drop both of these in at the same time after I make sure they're all cleaned up. See this little black spot? You know what that is? That's an ink drop. You see that? That's an ink drop from the printer. That little tiny drop right there. Don't try to, if your decals come with a little tiny black dot like that, don't try to pop it off. It's not going to come off. It's an ink drop. It's either a leak or a spillage. And then we're going to do the back side of it as well. Like I said, it's going to be a shorter one today, but I just wanted to make sure I get out here and do it. And then I'm going to jump on YouTube and drop it out there so you guys can check it out there too as well. Like I said, I may put this away Wednesday, Thursday for the day, or for a couple of days, and do an open box as well as start the painting on the Ford F-150 I want to get done. Because I do have the paint for that. I am going to have to wait to do any building on this one here because I want to do a purple for my wife. I want to do it like a purple. This is really blue. It shows blue, but if you look at it really close, it does look purple. So I'm going to do it purple for my wife. So I'm waiting for some purple plum to get here, and that will take care of that. As well as this one, I'm waiting for some blue. I want to do this one on this side just so everybody can see. This one right here, the AMT Vintage Police Car, we're also going to do an open box and vids on. But I want to do that version. That's the version I want to do, this one here. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm trying to get a good shot of it for you guys. There we go. It's pretty cool looking. I really like the way the top is all covered up. And the way it's got the little rivets all the way around it. That's pretty cool. I think that's what I'm going to do. So that's on that one. I'm going to do that one black. I'm going to do the yellow one. And then I got the green one. So guys, like I said, I haven't done open boxes. I have 4 new kits to do open boxes on. Also, Rob Shugru is going to be sending me a bulldozer, as well as Paul Lovelace is going to be here next month, like 20 days, to do a build-off. Shout out for a build-off, guys. Keep an eye on us, because we're going to be doing a build-off in July. Paul will be here for a week. I don't know how much of a build-off it'll be, because we're going to only have a week. I don't know that we're going to finish either one of our kits in a week. This one, I'm on my 4th week on this one. I mean, it is a bigger build. It does have a lot more parts. It's got over 350 parts, so it is a bit more of a build. So, but you guys can see that I'm just doing decals today. And as you can see right there on the air cleaner, I have to cut that to come around. I probably should have put it on before I put it. Oh, no, I do not. I didn't even see that. It goes under the air cleaner. Yay. Okay, I don't have to cut off. Drop some more water on it. I didn't realize it. So hold on. Let me go back to this side real quick. I'm going to drop some water in here. Nice big puddle of water in there. Drop this in there, and I bet you I can push that puppy right on through that hole. Yup. Yep. I just take my night razor and I just kind of cut a little bit of a wedge on it so that it goes right on through. There we go. Alright, now we got that done. Now let's flatten it out. I'm using my little tool here just to flatten it out a bit. I gotta get it to come up and around. Once it comes up and around, it should flatten right back out. It's really giving me a problem for some reason. Oh, I got it. Because I wasn't really doing it the way I needed it to. Alright, so now we figured that out. The decal does go right up underneath the bracket for the air cleaner. So it's a bit of a rough to get it in there right, but it does eventually go in there. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but where they put these brackets, even on the instructions, the brackets were upside down. So I don't know. I'm just going to cut mine off. There we go. That should do it. Yep, that should do it. Should be nice and straight now, nice and square. There we go. We're in. Take the little rounded end and kind of stick it right next to the hinge, or right next to the bracket rather, and see if I can't get that to lay down flat now. Alright, there we go. That seems to be wanting to lay down flat now. Alright, so we're in there. Pick it up just a hair. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. You guys probably can't see it, but you'll be able to see it when I put it on the, show you on the camera in a minute. Just trying to make sure I got it all nice and flat. Yeah, there we go. I don't really like that. So it's going to go out of there. Yep, there we go. Alright, so the easiest way it appears that I'm going to be able to do this is to take it away from the edge. And as you can see, it's a little rough for the cut, but I'm going to make sure that one's flat. We got it, yep. And then I'm just going to take this and go in from the other side. That's what I'll do. A little water in there. Might not be as easy because of the air cleaner hose, but we're going to put a little water in there. Make sure to squeeze some water down there. Alright, so now I'm going to turn the truck around to face you guys, and I'm going to try to get this right in between. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's a bracket in here that's got holes in it, or lines in it, so I'm going to try to get this to go right in between those lines. I don't know how good I'm going to be able to do that. As I said, my hands are kind of shaky today, and I'm really afraid to be handling too much of this, because I don't want it to break up and cause me any more problems. So let's see. Okay, that does look like it might want to go. It's going, it's going, it's going. And we're in place. Be dang. It's probably not perfect though, but nobody's going to see it behind the... I'm going to know it's not perfect though, that's the problem. Alright. So now, we're kind of where we want to be. Alright. So I got that in there too. Not quite exactly the way I want it, but I got it in there. It is kind of low with me over there. Alright, let's try this. Let's try that. Does that look better? That looks much better. Alright, so now we have to just pick it up a bit. It was a little low on that front end, that piece there. And I'm going to come onto this side. I'm going to make sure the bottom is straightened up, facing it. I can even pull it forward a bit just to make sure that it does line up. Just a little bit. This is really hurting my neck though, just so everybody knows. Alright, here we go. Basically I'm in place. And it looks pretty dang straight, but the front one, oh, gotta do a little bit up, just a hair, just a hair, just a hair, just a hair, and there. Okay, so now I got the decal in behind the bracket as well. Alright, so now, let's go back to the other side, where we're waiting on the other ones to come loose. Alright, I glued my front ends, so I do not have a roll capability, so I have to pick it up, move it around. I don't want it to roll around off the shelf or nothing when somebody comes in at the door. Alright, so I'm going to drop a little bit more water just to make sure it's good. I'm going to make sure to get some water down here now, underneath that, because there's no window in there, so I should be able to just drive that right on through, right on straight through. And then we'll put the back decal on, and we'll go from there. Guys, if you're in, you can see me and hear me, chime in and let me know you can see me and hear me. Anyway, alright, so now we got these decals ready to rock and roll. Okay, so we're going to put the front one on first because it's the easiest one, and then I'm going to run the back one. Again, I'm using the lines on the truck and on the openings and stuff to where it's supposed to go, and just kind of like lining everything up where it's supposed to go. After these dry for a day or so, I will probably come on back in and go ahead and put the, and that's exactly where that's supposed to go, right there. This It's lined up with the bottom, just like the other one. You know what? I think I want to bring it down just a hair, because I know that that's down just a hair. Where it's supposed to be. So, see, that's not going to work right if I do that. So we got to make sure that that decal is lined up perfectly fine with the opening of the hood, so that when you open the dang hood, the decal stays right where it's supposed to stay. Okay, so there we go. That should be good. Let me open the hood, and voila. Come on, there we go. Voila. All right, cool. All right, so now I just got to get my little. I had one, but I get another one. Got to get my little paper towel here, and I want to damp. Now that the water's running forward, I want to just go ahead and damp off the big water. Kind of check to make sure it's all laying flat. Make sure that's not coming over the edge. Alright, so there's one. There's the front one. Alright, so now this one, like I said, this one is just straight. It doesn't have any windows, so it should be fairly easy to get right up underneath the... to go right up underneath and in between the bracket here. Which it appears it's going to do. Maybe. Just a little bit of finagling here. Now, again, the reason I use a pointy doohickey here is because I can reach right in and just kind of like put my toe on it. There we go. All right, now it's straightened up. Now I'm going to put this up. Like so. I want to make it go right on the door frame, right on the door, inside the door line. And I think I should have that covered from there. Alright, so now I got this side on. Oh, that little air bubble there, hang tight. Get that out of there. Alright, so supposedly, you guys can't see it, but I can. Supposedly that's going to be perfectly lined up right there. Supposedly that's going to be lined up with that one. No, it's got to go up. Got to go up, got to go up, got to go up, up. Alright, so if I do that, and I do this, I split the two, it should give me no problem. Really, it should give me no problem. Alright, so split the two, that should go into there. Not a problem. Yep. Looks like I got it. Yep. Alright, so now we're just going to kind of bring this decal back to straight. Oop, don't use your knife, stupid. So I'm going to use kind of the angled area. There we go. Okay, so now, again, I just want to try to make it look as right up underneath the key. I think that's where I got that one over there. Pull back. Still a little off, so let's bring it up just a little bit more. Actually, let's bring this one down a bit. This one up just a bit more, something like that. Alright, so now we got both sides of the decals on. I think I'm gonna do the back end, and like I said, I just wanted to do a real quick jump in this morning. I'm not doing a whole lot this morning. Like I said, I have a whole bunch of stuff to do, but I wanted to make sure I did what I promised everybody, is go start going back live as of today. Tomorrow morning will be a regular 1-hour show. I won't have something to do first thing in the morning. I do have an appointment Thursday with my doctor, so I will not be on at 10. It'll probably be more like 11 or 12, so everybody knows. And for those of you who aren't here today, or for those of you who aren't here live with me, you guys will be able to check this out. It'll be dropped on Facebook soon, and then you guys can talk to me through there if you want. Again, I got the decals on the front. I got the air cleaners in. I got the air cleaner pipes and housings in. I have a few things to do before I'm able to put the pipes and stuff in. I want to get these decals done. I got the barrel decals done. Like I said, I still have the rear end. As you can see, the rear end is painted. The flaps I've painted. I want to whiten out around the edges of the flaps. That's all I really want to do. Just whiten around the edges. That's it. And then that'll be done. And we'll be working on the chutes from here. As you see, I made it all nice and rolly. It rolls nicely. So, okay. So next we'll be doing the chutes probably tomorrow. I'll start the chutes, or later today. Maybe I'll even jump on and do some chutes. But I wanted to say good morning, thank everyone, and hope everyone had a great weekend and a wonderful Father's Day. Mine was great. My wife and I went to Hobby Lobby. If you're on my TikTok, you saw my little Hobby Lobby. I'm on my way and tried to get my wife to let me film her, but she wouldn't let me, which is pretty funny. But I've still got these things to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do with them. So that'll be another decal video to put these in. I haven't made up my mind exactly what state I'm going to make this tractor from. I think I need to go look at my front of my... That's got several on it, so I can do the same thing here. I have Michigan, Indiana, Florida. Ooh, I'm doing the Florida one, guys. You're out of luck. I don't have a Florida tag on any of my trucks yet. None. I do now, though. Florida is the blue one? Was the blue one Florida? The blue one's Florida. Okay, so blue and Florida. Okay, cool. Alright, so I'm just going to cut around. Oops. What is that? Okay, so I'm just going to cut my decals out. I'm probably going to go ahead and put them on, too. Oh, I can't. I don't have the bumpers on. So I'm not going to cut them out at all. Alright, so I'm going to be definitely using the flags. Just so everybody knows, I'm going to definitely be using the transit stickers, decals. I'm going to be using the flag decals. I'll be using both of these transit decals somewhere on it. I'll probably may even put it out here somewhere over here or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I also noticed they didn't have any decals that said that here, so I may put one at top and bottom that says the transit mixer. I'm also going to be doing the blue ones, which are Florida's tags. I don't know if you guys can see that good enough or not. Probably not good enough. And ain't going to refocus. Anyways, the blue ones and the Ford ones, and of course the little AMT ones on the corner, I always put on my units, so that's that. So now you guys know what my next step is. You guys see what I've done. It's an update. It was a rough 10 days. I got some touch-ups to do on the orange all around. As you can see on this side over here, there's a little chip back here. Let me get my pointer here and I can show you. There's a little chip back here that I caused right there. There's a little chip right there. I kind of chipped the paint on, so I got to touch that up, which really stinks because it's already built into place and I don't want to have to sand on it. But again, I got the hole lined up right here for the chute, perfectly dead center. So it should run, everything should line up perfectly on this thing when I'm ready to do the chutes. The chutes are next, and a lot of chrome. There's a lot of chrome. I knocked the step off the fuel, there's 2 steps off the fuel tank, so I got to put those back on. I've still got the undercarriage exhaust to do. I've still got the extensions for the exhaust to do. Oh, I'm sorry, undercarriage hose to do for the radiator. I've still got to put the bracket for the waterline hose on it and the 2 fog lights with their lenses in them. I got to do that. I also still have to put the braces in for the. I have the 2 braces here for the fenders. I just wanted to make sure they were where I wanted them before I put the braces in. I got these 2 braces to put in, so that'll take care of that. Hey Robert, how are you, brother? How's Aiden, babe? Glad to see you. I was just letting you know I was in. You could come. It was cool, bro. I know you get your hands full. Today I'm just doing decals, just a tiny little bit. I'm doing right now I'm going to get ready to do the back decal that goes across the back here. So I'm doing that one now. I did the transit mixer ones on the sides already. So I got those on the front, on both sides. And I got all the decals done on the mixer portion of it. Like I was saying before, I want to sand down and paint these white around the edges and lips so they match up. I did leave the brake light marker lines white. I'm going to put chrome around each one of the brake things first, and then I'm going to put the brake lens in. But otherwise, we're doing good today. How are you doing today, Robert? Yeah, I agree with you. There you go. That could be that. I agree with you. Hey, I got my rust ready wherever it's at. I got my rust ready. Told you I was making some rust. I made a big one. I made a bunch of patch of rust. Check this out. Oh, I think I showed you guys already. But I made a bunch of rust. I mean, some really good rust. So sooner or later, I also found a small bag of leftover concrete. Check this out. Leftover concrete in my shed. It's probably about a quarter bag or half bag. I am going to actually use some of the dust and kind of make the chutes. I don't have. Oh, here we go. I'm going to kind of like use the dust in here because it'll gray it out, and that should make it look like it had concrete in it. So that's my idea for that. Okay, good. I'm glad he's getting better. That's a good thing, brother. You know, stuff happens. You know, it's a learning experience for both. You know, for both of you. One, to keep your eye on over your shoulder and at all times, and the next one is to make sure that the little one makes sure that he knows what to and what not to do. That's all. It happens, bro. You know, that's one of my biggest fears when I was doing landscaping for 9 years, that, you know, some little kid or some dog or some animal was going to come running at me while I was on my big old 36 doing my lawns. And luckily, the only thing I ever had happen was my dog. I took my dog on one trip, and she was in the back of the truck protecting the gear, and some little kid the mother freaked out for no reason, but because my dog didn't mean to break the damn skin. But he reached his hand over as he was walking by my truck and didn't realize she was laying in my truck. And the kid, I died, man. As soon as I heard that kid scream, I died. I thought for sure that he was bitten. I thought for sure my dog bit him. But she was just had her head sitting right on the top side of the bed of the truck, and she had a hold of that boy's hand and wasn't gonna let that boy's hand go. But even when I got her off his hand, he did not bleed, not one even little bit, guys. The skin wasn't even punctured. So, no, I'm sorry to hear any child gets hurt, of course, you know, but it's a way of life, or it's a way of kids learning what to and what not to do, and where they should and shouldn't stand, and I'm sure you're feeling horrible about it. You shouldn't. It happens. Kids are kids, babe. They'll pop right back out. They're resilient. Alright, so now I gotta pull this back a little bit. I had to wet the decal on the door because I can't see the other side. How far around the other side is it? And if it's up even right. So I gotta keep spinning this thing around. I don't want to screw up the decals. Okay, so I got a little bit more to pull around to this side, so I can do that. Alright, so I'm just gonna take my finger and I'm just gonna push it up some. Oh, I guess I don't have enough water on there. Wow. That's another thing. Lots of water, lots of water, lots of water. Okay, there we go. So now it should move perfectly. Alright, so now I'm just gonna take my end of my clip here and just kind of move it back to where I want it. Get this one moved up. I gotta get more water in here, it seems. Okay, so that should give it water to move. Okay. There we go. Alright, now we're moving smoothly. Alright, I'm just gonna line up this side and then I'll go line up the other side and we'll be done with this. Yep. I used to do that. I used to do that all the time, man. Keep that chute tied up so that it blew everything out, because I had some big lawns that had a lot of grass in it, and sometimes it really was hard to get the chute stay clean when you're mowing something, especially damp grass. Damp grass is a real pain in the butt. It has a tendency to really clog up your chute. Early morning lawns are the ones that I used to hate. The first ones I used to hate was like the first 3 lawns I did. It was always a pain in the Rumpelstiltskin, because they were always wet. I was always having to look over my shoulder, always trying to make sure that nothing was being blown out. And I had some pretty rough yards. Some of the yards that I had, these people were like mechanics and stuff, backyard mechanics and stuff, and I really had to watch out for how I did stuff. Alright, now I gotta spin it around again. I think I pretty much got it where I want it. Looks like they're all even. That one looks like it's maybe drop it just a bit, bring it just a bit. Alright, there we go. This one should be done. Go around with my finger, kind of flat it down a little bit. I do have, there it is. Oh, I used it for water. This is my Squeegee Brush that I kind of like get in behind parts with. Squeeze the water out of it up and down. Flatten them all out. Also, it helps me find the rivets and stuff on these things. So now I just need to turn it around to face me. And then I need to kind of look down here to see if it's level, and it looks pretty dang good to me, guys. I think this is pretty much it for the decals here. Pull it just a little bit so it closes that hole. Put this back just in here. I don't mind a little bit of orange in there, but I don't want too much, because I don't think there's any on the other side. Okay, there we go. That does it. Alright, so that does it. That does it there. Nope, I can come back a little bit more. I can come around a little bit more. Let me come around a little bit more, just a hair. Trying to do it without breaking anything. So just kind of hold that into place. Bring it down where it goes. Now it brought me enough to, should have brought me enough to just bring my, there we go. Just kind of loosening it back up, getting a little bit more air back into it. And then we'll just adjust it back to where it's supposed to be. Yep. There they went. I knew that was going to happen. But luckily, I'm smarter than your average bear. I can remove the drum. Which is what I probably should have done just to do the decal in the first part, Rob. Alright, so now I can get to the thing too. I forgot about that. I wanted to do that. I also want to paint this chain a little bit different. I want it gray. I don't want it black, and I don't want it white. I want it like a gray, so it looks like it's had oil or grease on it for a while. But that looks like that should be right about it. My eyes aren't so good. You guys will probably be able to tell better than I could one day, or when you guys see it in person. Alright, so I do believe I did it. Yep, it looks like it's pretty even to me. Everything is lined up. There's no bubbles in it. And all the features lined up. Alright, so I got the black and white and everything lined up the way it's supposed to go. Got it over the rivets. It touches on both sides where it's supposed to. I'm just trying to make sure that it's lined up here before I run my mouth too much. Yeah, we're good to go. A little bit more, maybe just a little bit. I also don't want to knock anything off as I'm going like I just did. Alright, so I'm assuming that's going to go just a hair more, and it should be perfect. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that's done. So we got the decal all the way around the front. I got the two decals on the fenders. Oh, you got the same ones at the Hobby? Well, every time I go to Hobby Lobby, man, it's like I really want to go looking for some new rigs. But every time I go to Hobby Lobby, they have everything I've already got and I've already done. I mean, I've done everything there when it comes to rigs. Everything, bro. I mean, I've done them all. I was looking for the Ford LTL 9000 with the plow on it. That's what I was hoping to grab there while I was there, but I did not see that there at all. They had the SDDD version. They had the white Freightliner. They had the Mac there. They had the auto cars there. They had no trailers whatsoever. I saw no trailers there whatsoever yesterday when I was there, or Saturday when I was there. None. Not one trailer. My wife and I were even thinking about getting that lowboy for when you send me the... Oop, God, see, my hands are shaking so much I can't hold on to anything, guys. Alright, so I'm basically just putting the rollers back in. My hands don't want to cooperate and listen to what my mind is telling them to do. Alright, so basically I'm just putting the rollers back in. They fell out. They shouldn't have, but they did because I banged on it a little too hard, and I probably just... There's very tiny pins that are holding them into place. I mean, very tiny. And you're supposed to put them in before you glue it, and I did. So that's why I'm having problems getting it in now. Because it's already been glued into place. Everything's been glued into place, but I'll get it to snap in. I will get it to snap in. That, or I pop it apart and put it back together. Which is one of those things we never want to do. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't break, you sorry son of a gun. Alright, so let's see if I can get this one to move up. Oh, there went the fender. And there went the other one. So I'm going to put this one in first, because this one seems like it's already opening up. Yep, there we go. I can open it up a little bit more now. Okay, there we go. Now just glue this back in together. Glue it all back together when I got it in. Once I got it in. Oh, come on. I'm really having problems today, Rob. But that's alright. That's what building's all about. Alright, where's my new glue and my new glue tip? Now, I've never bought a trailer kit there either, Rob. Never. But I was hoping. You know what I mean? We really went looking for a low boy. I found one on Amazon though, so I'm going to be ordering that. It's $44. It's a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but I need a low boy for that. And then I'm going to do my wife and I talked about it, and she thinks I should. She also agrees that I should do some kind of a construction diorama with all my construction equipment that I like to build. So I will be doing that. All right. So let's see. We got to get that to where it's got some glue in it. And I'm going to redo this, put this back into place. I'm probably going to, knowing my luck, I'm probably going to, dang it. I'm probably going to have to remove the fender on the passenger side and reinstall it, because I did kind of break it loose. Unless when I get the bracket in place, it stays. Alright, so now I got that all back together. Okay, go off here. Let's see, there goes the fender again. There we go. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so I got that back into place. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that. I got to put a pin on that to hold that. Oh, I don't have anything at the top. And that's what I want, is glue to hold. Hold on, I'm just going to try to stick a little tiny dab of glue right in there so that it squeezes. Alright, let me go ahead and get a clothespin. Alright, so get a clothespin. And I just want to kind of like put the clothespin here on the, kind of like in the middle, in the media area. Otherwise it's just going to slide off like you see it doing. Alright, so I'm just going to do that. There we go, like that. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that for about an hour. Once it's done, it's done. So basically this is all I was doing. I was just going to try to get the decals on. I'll put this back on after a while. I got it all done, like I said. It's ready to rock and roll. I even went as far as to get the little bolts all the way around the opening. So I got all that done. I'm not worried about it, Rob, man. I'm not, no, I'm not rushing you, brother. That's not what I was talking about. I was just trying to talk about it so I can let you know I was trying to find a trailer for it, bro. Whenever you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. It's all good, brother. It's okay, man. You know, like I said, like I told Paul, he said something about, having to change plans or something. I told him I wouldn't delete him if he didn't come, so I won't delete you if you don't send it to me, dude. I promise. It's all good. It's all good, brother. I appreciate it. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't, brother. It's all right. You take care of that kid and you take care of your wife. You know, it's all good. That's what matters. You know, plastic's plastic. It'll always be around. And I know you will. I know you will. I know you're a man of your word, and I know you told me you'd present it. So I'm not, you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not stressing about it, dude. When it gets here, it gets here. When it don't, it don't. All right? I'm all good with that, brother. Like I said, I'm more worried about you taking care of that boy and taking care of that wife of yours, and taking care of your normal stuff at home. So I only mentioned it because that's what, you know, that's what we went looking for. My wife and I were trying to find a little boy. And you're right. I never thought about that, but you're right. I don't think I've ever seen a trailer at a Hobby Lobby ever. So, but anyways, we did the decal. I did the decal. I'm at about my hour limit. My son hopefully will be up soon, and I'll be going to get him a battery. He got his license on Friday, so we're going to go get him a battery and get his car running. I want to check all his fluids out. Then I got my oldest here that came over to see me for Father's Day. Spent the night over here. I got to take him home later. So I'll be on the road a lot today, trying to get things done. I'll be in and out. I will try to my best to chime in and out again later on. If you guys are available to come hang out. I'll be doing more building then. Like I said, I just wanted to keep my promise here. You know, like you, Rob, I want to keep my promise. I told everybody I'll be back on as of Monday, and I'm back on. I wasn't planning on doing an hour show, but it looks like I'm at 56 minutes already, so I guess I've done my hour show. Again, I know you got them all, Rob, but I'm going to go ahead and do unboxing. My first unboxing is going to be the Ford 150, though, the 994 Ford 150. So you should check that out if you don't have it. I showed earlier. I don't know. Have you opened this kit yet, Rob? Have you opened that yet? I can understand that. I can understand that, Rob. I can. The boy, you know, the boy's one thing. A parental adult is a totally different thing, dude. I agree with you fully. 100%, bro. Not that I ever want to have an ex-wife, but I do believe that, you know, co-parenting is a big thing when it comes to divorces and stuff, because kids, they didn't do anything. It's, you know, it's between you and your wife, or you and your ex-spouse or whatever. So, you know, they are the ones that need both people, both parents. So, you know, being civil to each other and talking to each other and hanging out with doing what you're supposed to be doing with your children, that's the biggest and best part of all, man. You know, nobody can knock you for doing your job. And if they do, piss on them. Okay, so you know it's molded in green. Yeah, I'm on. Like I said, I came in at 9 because at 10 o'clock, 10:30, I want to run my son to Walmart to get his battery. I don't even know if he's going to be up on time to do that, and if not, I guess we'll do tomorrow or the next day. We're supposed to be leaving in like 3 to 5 minutes, and I haven't even seen him yet, so I don't even know if he's going to be up. And I'm not the type of father when it comes to you being over 18 years of age. I don't wake you up. You say you want to do something, you know, you're man enough to, you know, get your license. You're man enough to take care of your car. You're man enough to have a girlfriend and, you know, do all those things guys and girls do. And you're man enough to get yourself up when you make a plan with somebody. If I say I need help tomorrow, let's say I need help tomorrow working on a tree, and you say I'll be there. Okay, well, I'm not going to come wake you up. I'm going to go out and start my work. You know what I'm doing. You know what I've asked. And if you show up, you show up. If you don't, it's all good too. It doesn't matter. I ask and I don't beg, and I am the type of guy that if I can't get it done in one day, yes, it does have figures in it. And that's the part that caught my eye last night when I was opening up. I guess I'm going to have to learn how to paint a little better to make sure that this looks right. Alright, so my wheels look like they're a little bowed. I don't like that. Anyway, okay, so basically we're there. I'm going to go ahead and stick my drum back on. I got it just right to where I can just slip it right on through. It should slip right on through without any issues. Get it right up in that hole there. The chain slips right into place, and there, it's back into place. Alright, I got it right back into place. Okay, so there. So now this is stickly enough. I should be able to be done with this. Later on I will touch up that. I can definitely see that I need to raise the fender back up. And it looks pretty even with the one on the other side. So that's all that counts. All right, so like I said, now I got to do all the mixer stuff. I get to do all the fun mixer stuff now, all the shoots and stuff. That's my next bet. So, but I did get the hood installed. I don't know if you saw that, Rob, when you came in before, but watch the video. I got the hood installed. Everything's good there. It all runs. I'm looking down the hood, and I'm looking down the center of this, and everything looks like it lines up. It does look like the cab is sitting down a little bit on the driver's side, so I may end up putting some kind of a little piece of a wedge in there just to get it to come back up and sit right. But otherwise, everything seems to have lined up. I'm looking through the back part. It does look like all the tires are sticking out properly in the front together, so the air cleaners look like they're level and they're sitting out, so I think I did a pretty good job. I'm debating on military because I really don't have any military builds. That was the question. Which was I doing? Was I trying to do it military? I'm not so good at painting, but I would like to figure out how to do some camouflage on it. If I do military, I think I would like to do camouflage. You know what I mean? Some camo look on it. That's what I'd like to do. And as you see, I kind of broke the front end loose a little bit. See that? I broke the front end loose a little bit so I can get this right where it needs to be. Watch what happens. See that? It falls right down into place as long as I lift this one corner up just a hair. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. That's all. I'm going to do a little bit of research on it. The Sinclair build. And that's the way I usually do any build that I do a little bit of research on it. I go look to see what other people have done with it. And that's why I did the Freightliner dump truck the way I did, because I couldn't find anybody that did one like that. I couldn't find anybody that had a Freightliner dump truck with a cab over with a sleeper on it. So I built one. And I think about, I don't know, a month later, somebody popped into Plastic Addictions and had something similar to it. They just didn't have a sleeper on it. They just had a Freightliner cab over it, and it just had the dump bed on it. And I guess they moved it back or shortened the frame or whatever, because I don't know how they did that. But I'd like to, the military one, back to that, the military one's the one I would really like to do. As you see, I spilled some glue last night. Got all over the freaking place. So anyways, alright, well that's about it, guys, for me today. I did my hours, I promised. I love you all. I appreciate you. Rob, I appreciate you coming out and hanging with me, brother. Looks like you and I are the only ones here today. I guess they're counting you and me. I do have the, like I said, I do have the kits here. I'm going to go ahead and blow it up, Rob. I know you've seen them, but this is for YouTube. For you guys at YouTube, I'll be doing unboxings and builds of these 4 kits. We have the Atlantis Sinclair fuel tanker. We have the AMT 60 Chevrolet with the 60 Chevy pickup with the with the go-kart. We have the AMT 1927 vintage police car and the 1994 AMT Lightning. We're going to be doing unboxings and builds on. So guys, like, subscribe, follow, and share. Come out and check us out. Get notifications. Hit that bell to make sure you guys know when I'm doing these kits. That's upcoming. Again, I may go ahead and whenever you come into a feed, Rob, if you see that the cement mixer isn't here or there, you'll always see what it is here. I'll always have this up because this is one of my extra builds. I'll probably be leaving this up as well. This one as well. I don't know if you guys see me moving that around. I'm sorry. So whatever I'm doing will be up in one of the corners. Depending on where I'm sending it, whether it be the Model Asylum or Plastic Addictions, will be up in the opposite corner. The type of build, the manufacturer, will be in one of the bottom corners, and the actual build will be in one of the other corners. So, but I will always put what build I'm working on or what I'm talking about in one of the boxes. So I think that's a way you guys can actually check me out. Yeah, well, that's the thing. To be honest with you, that's the only plane I got though right now. I almost bought a ship last night and a plane last night at Hobby Lobby, or Saturday when we went. But they didn't really have anything that stunned me. I would really love to find an aircraft carrier. That would be amazing. I think that would be a cool build. Battleships, okay, I've done those as a kid. Last airplane I did was the Stealth. It was the tan Stealth. It was something to do with Desert War when I was younger. And I had that for God knows how long, man. I had that probably, geez, that probably just got lost in the past, I don't know, 5 years or so since my little one had it. I had that one, so I had that plane. But yeah, I'd have to go get a regular plane to make it look like it was fueling something. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I need to do that. I don't have a dually anymore. I did have a dually. I don't know if you ever saw that. Did I ever show you that? Where's my dually picture? Here it is. This was my last truck. This was my baby. That was my baby. That had a big old 400 in it. Stick shift. Posi rear end. Dana 80 rear end and Dana 80 trans. I pulled cigarette boats with that thing. I pulled a 25-foot trailer into Ohio through the snow. I picked up a whole bunch of antiques with that thing. But I did have a dually. We downsized from an F350 dually to an F250 crew cab. But that's another thing I'm doing. I'm going to be blacking out the front end of my 1.1 Ford F250. The front grille is starting to chip. And I decided that, my wife and I were talking, she asked me what I could do with it. Well, I'm going to blacken it out, and I'm going to get some black covers for my lights. So I can blacken out the front end. That'll look pretty sharp. I've also thought about doing there's bump rails on the side of the truck doors, on the back sides and front side. There's little bump rails that are about 2.5 to 3 inches tall by the entire length of the door. I thought about taping them off and painting them white, and then painting white on the front end of my truck to match the camper to the rest of the truck. That's something I need to show you, Rob. What I did this past weekend, because the camper was a little too big for my truck. It stood out about 2 inches off the back of my truck. I took some of my camper derail and some of the D-swipe, the rain swiper, and I put it on the back of my truck. No, the one I have now is not a dually. Nope, my last truck was a dually. This is the one I have now. This is actually the day I bought it, just so you know. Here we go. This is the day I bought my truck. One of my wife's girlfriends drove me to pick it up because I didn't have a vehicle and she was at work. But that's the day I bought my truck. That's her, brand new. She ain't got 8 miles on her, 9 miles on her yet. She's brand new. Not one scratch, not one everything. Everything worked perfectly. I bought it. I had a special order through Plantation Ford. I paid $300 to get it started. And when she was totally done, I think it was like, I don't know, 10 weeks later when they finished it. I went to pick it up, and my injury money hadn't came in yet. My settlement hadn't came in yet, and it sat on the lot for almost a week. It killed me every time I drove by it because I could see that truck sitting right there, and I knew it was mine. I knew it wasn't going nowhere. And they asked me if they could use it as a demo, drive it around. I told them, hell no, don't be driving my truck around. I had that specially built. Well, that's why we want to use it as a demo, to show people that. I said, no, do not drive my truck. So when I picked it up, it had 7 miles on the odometer. 7 miles, which means it went from the factory for a test drive, back to the factory to another test drive. Oh, no. I do have an F350 chassis on that, though, Rob. I did special order that. I did custom build that truck. Everything except for the body is F350. Oil cooler, tranny cooler, air ride system. It's got the full-size dual cab. It's got the full-size crew cab door. It's got the full-size 8-foot bed, which is actually a little longer than most beds. I was very surprised by about 2 inches. I put F350 chassis on it. I put 12-inch instead of 8-inch rotors on it. Let's see, what else did I do to it? Oil cooler, tranny cooler, air ride system. We got Excel ignition parts, high performance ignition racing parts in it. We did what we needed to make sure that it was capable of doing it. I mean, we had the truck, 17 years, 18 years before we ever bought the trailer. I've pulled cigarette boats with it. I've pulled other trailers with it, so I wasn't worried about its capabilities. It was more of a gas thing than anything. I mean, it's still got a big V8 5.7 in it. Or is it a 4.9? I don't know. Anyways, but it's got a big V8 in it. So basically, we're back where we were. I got the fenders and everything all settled in. Nope, looks like I'm going to have to put it back on. Dang it. Alright, let me get my glue back together. It looks like this little back rear end needs a little touchy glue. I got to get my light. And it just needs a little dab right here on the back side where it came loose a little bit. I still got some touch-ups to do as well. Like I said, on the black, I want to do the chain. I want to make it look a little greasy. And right now, I just want to get this fender re-glued into place. Just like right there. The only place it's really coming loose. So there. And then in order to keep it straight, there it is, it's straight. I use one of my, right up underneath the front of the fender. I bring it right up to the, I created a new little sanding tool too, just so you guys know. To get into the certain parts where I had to sand in between. Also, Rob, last week when I was actually doing the tanks, I put a fuel tank in this spot and a fuel tank over here in front of the door. and it dawned on me about, I don't know, 3 hours after I was done with it that that wasn't the tank that was supposed to be there, because I put a fuel tank in there, and what was actually supposed to be in there, if you look on the side of the box, that's a water tank, bro. That's not a fuel tank, that's a water tank. So I had to remove the water tank and sand all that down. That's what I made that little stick for, to sand the bracket spots down. So no, we thought about, I thought about getting another dually. The only reason I sold my dually is when I got hurt. It has an 80-pound pressure clutch, 80 psi, which means basically every time you push that clutch with your left leg, you're pushing 80 pounds. That's kind of harsh on a guy who's got a left side injury and a neck injury, due to the fact of every time you put your left hand on the steering wheel and you push your left foot down, you're using all those muscles on your left side, but at the same time, you're using your neck muscles to push and turn at the same time and look out your window. I couldn't make those motions anymore, so my doctor recommended that I don't drive a stick shift anymore, because I can't make all three of those motions. I can't push the clutch in, hold the steering wheel, and look left and shift anymore, because I can't look left as hard as I used to be able to. So my body is just getting older and older and older with this dang damage. Anyways, guys, I'm going to sign off on here. I wanted to just come in and do you guys that showed up. Tomorrow's video will either be one of two things, so it's going to be a surprise, guys. Guys, show up. 10 a.m. tomorrow is going to be 10 a.m. Yeah, I know, I saw that, Rob. I know, and I didn't catch that. Like I said, I didn't catch that until I started looking at the box, and then I started looking at the truck going, wait a minute. This is a localized truck. It's not going to have dual tanks to go long distances. It's going to have one tank. So what am I missing? I was missing the water tank. So, but as you see, I went ahead and chromed it. Or at least I metaled it. I made it look like metal. Chrome. I didn't want any more chrome that's already going to be on it. This is all going to be chrome. It's going to have a bunch of chrome back here. So it's going to have enough chrome on it. So I went ahead and kind of made it look like a steel tank. That's all I did. Yeah, I remember you asking. And I think we blew it off thinking that the tanks went there. And then, like I said, once I looked at the box, I was like, nope, that's definitely a water tank. And I also was told by several people that the hinges on these hoods really gave them a problem. It didn't give me any problem. I mean, I'm good. And if you look at the front end of it, it did line up really good. I mean, really. The hinges are perfect, right where they're supposed to be. It's not bent, it's not bowed, it's not nothing. So I'm ready to put the front bumper on next. So once I get that on, I want to get the front bumper on. I want to get the rest of the chute done, and then I'm probably going to set it to the side and let it dry for a few days. My wife says I should take this to the show. I'm not so sure it's good enough for the show, but I might. Who knows? I might. So just be aware of that. I might be taking this to the show. The show is in December the 4th and 5th in Tampa, which I'm going to be at. There we go. All right, so as you see, like I said, the hood works really good. I mean, it stays in different positions. As you can see, it doesn't have to be forward, doesn't have to be backwards. It can be like right in the middle, which is pretty cool. I also, like I said, I still need to put the water lines on the. I still need to put the water lines on the radiator and stuff. Okay, brother. Good luck with the fitting on your leg, babe. I hope everything goes good. Feel better. Feel well. Tell Aiden, hey, we're all fighting for him. Like I said, hopefully I'll see you later on. I'll pop in later on when I'm all done with what I got to do for the day. So, peace. Love to you and your family, Paul. Love to your family, Rob. I appreciate you, brother, and thanks for coming in and hanging with me. I'm out of here, guys. Everybody have a wonderful day, and hope everybody had an awesome weekend. I'll talk to you guys later.